Hi. Give me 1 second here. Making some room. Ah. Oh. Okay. Ah. Okay. How are you? I'm sure you. Sorry. Did I surprise you with this close up my eyeball moving around like that? Oh my goodness. What an embarrassment. Sorry. Okay. Didn't look very good, did it? It's kind of like very awkward, like. Okay. How are you? Uh, I these days past few weeks I really learned very good lessons from here this Google YouTube series. Yeah, I learned how to watch my mouth and use synonyms. Why? Why am I telling this? Because I'm kind of preparing for this March speech, but I'm not sure if actually that's gonna happen or not. I'll be there, but I'm not sure if they're gonna give us candidates like 3 minutes to pitch or not. I'm not sure about that. Okay, it may happen. It may not happen. I don't know. Okay, I think I attended this annual event last year too, but or 2 years ago, and I don't recall whether they gave candidates like 2 minutes to speak or not. It's been a long time ago. But most likely like 2 years ago. Okay, so I'm not sure if they're gonna give us. But 2 years ago, I wasn't running for anything. Okay, so it's quite a new thing. But I'm gonna prepare for it anyway, just in case. Okay. So I'm writing my speech, and because audience will be Republicans, I cannot use the word diversity or tolerance because that's more Democrats' vocabulary, right? So Republicans, if they see me using that democratized words, tolerance, diversity, they're not gonna like it. So I have to use synonyms. So what's synonym for tolerance? How about patience? What's the synonym for diversity? How about variety? Right? Yeah. Yeah. I learned to be more mindful of the audience. So that's great. That's great. Being smart. Okay. Uh, you wanna get back to this? I mean, we got it right. It's neat, but I want to take some break from this because we worked on this for so long by now. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to think about this. All right. But did I write this down at least? I don't want to. I don't want to. Then what do I want to do? Uh, I want to switch topic completely. Okay. We may get back to this at some point. All right. But I want to leave this topic. Okay. Because we got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's some more to do, right? There's some more to do. But most likely, yeah, cyclic behavior would come from combination of this Iverson bracket that we call Boolean hybrid. So let's write this down. Ah, think I need to write down about 2 whiteboards worth of notes to my notebook because most likely sooner or later we'll erase all this and move on. Okay, so let's talk about global warming. Okay. Actually, that's what we've been talking, right? But we're gonna take a different approach, right? So what we've been dealing with is animal model, plant model, right? So okay, let's start writing down these things. So how was your day? Did you have a nice day? I hope you did. My day was quite intense. Okay, I went to lunch at 1:30, and until then I was working because it was busy day, which is good. When you're busy, time goes very fast, right? Yeah, so good. Okay, so planarian model, planarian fission model. Okay, so C is reproductive capacity. C max. Okay. Without thinking, I just write everything down. I'm not gonna think about this. I don't want this, alright? We spend too much time here doing the same thing. Let's leave, alright? And then if we want to, we'll get back to it. Okay? That's why I'm writing this all down. Because sooner or later, yeah, we're gonna have to erase this board. So I give you a choice. You wanna talk about Einsteinian relativity and disproof thereof, or would you like to talk about some different aspect of climate change? What's your choice? Because my inclination is that we talk about different aspect of global warming. Okay. Uh, why? Well, it was to global warming, same topic, but we are looking at from different perspective because climate change, global warming is a very interesting problem. Okay, so that's why so many people talk about it, and it's important too. Okay, okay, so let's do that. So we don't need these guys anymore. I mean, if you ask me, I'm an amateur hobbyist. I do science for fun. I don't get paid for doing this, and also I want to do it as a hobby. I want to enjoy. All right. So if this topic becomes very boring, I move on, right? So yeah, a little bit kind of promiscuous, perhaps intellectually metaphysically promiscuous, but that's fine. Why? Because yeah, whatever, right? Okay, so it's this. Okay, so uh, people like environmental activists, like climate change activists, like Miss Greta Thunberg, they worry about ice all melting and then sea level rise and we all drown. That's uh, they came from misunderstanding of science and mathematics. Why? Because most of ice is already melted. Okay, we have very, very, very little ice left on Earth. So even if they all melt away, it's not going to put a dent on the sea level. Okay, because the ice that we have left is not good enough, not big enough to raise any sea level whatsoever. Okay, because we have very small number of ice, no amount of ice. Okay, so even if they all melt away, it's not going to make any change in sea level. Okay, why? Back in the ice age, the Great Lakes, right? They usually Michigan, Ontario, it used to be covered with ice. So those big lakes, those what the five Great Lakes, Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, whatever, Lake Superior, whatever, right? They used to be covered by glacier ice, and those lakes formed because of the glacial scar on the surface of Earth. Okay, so those are glacial lakes. Okay, so there used to be that much ice. Okay, we're talking about entire Canada and much part of today's America being covered by ice. Used to have Earth used to have that much ice. Okay, now we have very little ice left. Okay, that's why even if they all melt away, it's not gonna put a dent on sea level. You want me to mathematically prove that? I will. I already did in past 200 episodes. We'll do it again. Why? Because I didn't upload them. Okay, because I said offensive things. So now, but before we'll take a break. Okay, before we go to break, in Christianity, there's very beautiful concept. So I was listening to this Christian radio before I go to work when I was having breakfast, exercising. You know, yeah. Sometimes I listen to Christian radio channel and listen to sermons. There's some very beautiful concepts there in Christianity, like rebirth, spiritual rebirth, repentance, right? Like renewal. In Korea, China, Korea, they have that kind of concept too. It's called gangshin, meaning you change and become somebody new. Okay, so it's like transformation. So that's something I recently experienced thanks to Google YouTube policy and the enforcers thereof. Uh, yeah, my mouse was too dirty, right? So yeah, they warned me, so I listened, right? So in the Old Testament book of Daniel, they also talk about prophet Daniel or prophet somebody have very dirty mouth, so God's angel came and kind of put some hot stone and cleaned this prophet, future prophet's mouth, whatever, right? So yeah, it's all good. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break and then we'll talk about iceberg melting, iceberg theory. Okay, so okay, yeah, it's gonna take shorter time because it's something I already did. So I'll just give you the result, all right, without me like trying to figure out like fumbling around, wasting your time. So in a way, it's better this way because now I'm prepared. Okay, all right, let's take a break. Yeah. Uh, okay. So, uh, the very first thing that you need to understand is this. Okay. Uh, Ocean. What is ocean? Sea. Okay. Before I ask you that, what's river? What's water? Hmm? What's lake? Think about cross section of a lake or river, creek, whatever. Where the water gathers, right? Before we think about ocean, let's think about land water, fresh water, right? Like in nowadays I'm studying Russian because there's some Russians and Ukrainians in Alaska and even Russian or Ukrainian, similar language. Okay, there's a radio channel. Okay, so I want to take advantage of that. And so yeah, I'm learning Russian, and I watched this Lake Baikal documentary. It's a big lake. They say Baikal's water constitute 20% of the all the fresh water. That to me that sounds more like an exaggeration, but I don't know whether that's true or not. Because Lake Baikal is very deep and very big, but I'm not sure it's as much as 20% of all fresh water on Earth. Okay, that I find hard to believe. Okay, but it could be true. I don't know. Mhm. Okay, so before we talk about ocean, let's talk about fresh water. All right, it looks like this. The picture looks like this. Let's use brown. All right, the Earth. Okay, mountains, basins, mountains and valleys. Okay, it looks like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Any river, lake, creek. Okay, you have two mountains, one valley. There's your water. Okay, that's M model, model M model. Your mathematical geometrical modeling what's mountain and what's lake or river, whatever. Okay, so that's M model. All right. So why is this the case? Because on Earth there's what's called tectonic plates movement, right? So they sometimes pull up the two tectonic plates, lands, they pull apart from each other, and the other side they crush, push each other, so it becomes mountain. When they pull apart, it becomes valley, kinda. Okay. Yeah, Earth is not flat; it's jagged, rugged, right? But these stones, Earth, rocks, they cannot move because they're solid. Water can. So where does water gather? Yeah, lower ground. Why? Because water have the mass and it can move around. So due to the gravitation, it collects at the valley. Okay? And any valley in the world, yeah, there's some cliff, right? But most valley is curved, is it slanted like this. Okay? So it's not like this beer cup, beer glass that's very vertical. It more looks like cocktail glass. Most of the ocean, lake, no matter what it may be, okay? So, do you know what that means? That means as the water level rises, it will rise slower. Why? Slower than this because the surface area of this basin, be it ocean or lake, whatever, the surface area gets wider and wider and wider. Okay, so water, when it melts, it gets more widely distributed. Okay, so that's why all the ice melting due to global warming, even if that happens, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, sea level will not rise very much, if ever. Okay, you're not gonna lose your beachfront property, your sandy beaches or bi-coastal big cities. They are not gonna get under the water. Okay. All right. So that's one thing to understand. Okay, because 99.9% of the ocean, they are very slow slope. Okay, very slow slope. All right, so meaning the surface area get rapidly expands. So it can contain a lot of water. All right, so it's not like this cliff. Okay, then yeah, level will rise more rapidly, and if you have some flask, like in your chemistry laboratory, then yeah, water level will rise very rapidly, right? As ice melt, right? But you don't get to see this kind of ocean beaches or ocean front. No. Okay? So it is geometrical approach to understand sea level change upon global warming. Okay? Yeah, it's more like this. So sea level will rise very slowly. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's why children, they should stay in school. Okay, they shouldn't be doing climate change activism. No, you don't know what they're talking about. Okay, and so many climate change activists, they don't have any science background. Okay, or understanding of science. Then my recommendation to them, they should they don't have to go back to school if they are already old. Just study science, right? Yeah, read science textbooks. That's what I do. Or be here with me. I'll teach you everything. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Or go to Cancer Academy, YouTube, whatever website, Wikipedia. Okay. Yeah. The world of knowledge is on your hand nowadays. Cell phones, right? Yeah. Should I take a picture of this? I don't think so. Okay. Maybe I should. I'd rather not. Okay. I think I should. Okay. So, is it time to take a break yet? Okay. Soon. We'll talk about one more thing and then we'll take a break. I grab my cell phone and then after a break I'll take a picture, okay, and move on. Second thing you need to understand is a corollary of Archimedes' principle that, I mean, I may not be the first discoverer, doesn't matter whether people discovered it before, but I did not read that anywhere else. So I'm gonna something I discovered on my own in this past 200 Lost episodes, and I'll share it with you. Okay. To give you the bottom line, let's say you have glass of water, okay, and you put some ice cube. Yeah, the ice water level will rise, right, a little bit, right, but and the ice will float around, right, but let's say that's the new height of that water in your glass of water, okay, but after all the ice melt away, the water level will not change from that new raised level. It will stay exactly the same all throughout the time, okay, and that's something we can prove mathematically, and we'll do so, okay. So for example, there's the ocean and there's iceberg floating in the ocean, okay, as that iceberg melt away, ocean level will not change at all, right? We can mathematically prove that, and we will, okay, because I already did. I just present it to you, okay. It we'll have to use maybe it's not corollary because that's kind of demeaning, right? It's not lemma, actually something big. We call it a theorem, all right? And we take advantage of Archimedes' principle. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the great geometer of Greece or Carthage or whatever, those one of those countries. He was in what? I don't know where he lived. Okay, some island, I guess. But Syracuse, Corsica, whatever. I don't know. Okay, I read about him a couple of months ago, but I forgot. Okay, so let's say he's Greek. Okay, his name sounds like Greek. Okay, let's take a break and then we go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. It's interesting problem. Okay, so yeah, I hope you like it. Well, we'll take a break from this and talk about something else. Okay. In Bible, well, my apology Christianity is not your religion, but I happen to be at least half Christian, okay, half secular. All right, so I it's just something I know very well about. I read Bible 3 times, cover to cover. Okay, I know inside and out of Bible. All right, just like back of my hands. All right, let me take a picture of this before I forget. All right. Right. So in Bible, Old Testament, there's this God saying, "Fat belongs to me, animal fat." So like the best of the best, right? The most precious thing belongs to me, right? Like a spotless lamb, yeah, they sacrifice that animal to God, right? So that kind of concept. So in one humanological interpretation of that part of Bible is, for the lack of better word, is that all the skyscrapers, okay, their penthouse level or their rooftop, it should be open to public. So the very top floor of any big skyscrapers, there should be a restaurant slash bar so that people can come, pay, and enjoy the view. Okay, that's what every big building should do. Okay, as opposed to reserve that for people like President Trump or Trump family. No, 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 no. That's wrong. Okay, if there's a big building, tall building, skyscrapers, the top level should be reserved for public restaurant, not public restroom, but public restaurant, bar, club, so that people enjoy this fantastic view. Okay? And rooftop too. Okay? Yeah. And why am I talking? Because in humanology, one interpretation is that people are God. God is people. Okay? To serve God is to serve people. Vice versa. Okay? Now, so the why am I talking about this? Because come up with some invention that where you can plant plants like chia or whatever, some plants on rooftop of houses or buildings. Okay? Okay? Come with invention like that. Because tree is our best filter system, air filter, okay? Of course, there's this carbon buildup, right? Tree leaves. Okay, what do we do with that? That's why you need some invention, okay? How to automatically get rid of those tree leaves, because if it builds up, then how rooftop house building, it will be too heavy, right? So yeah, come with some nice system. Okay, right. Then the air in big cities will be cleaner, okay, and the cities will be greener. Okay, you cannot beat that, right? So now I've seen some pictures of some. I think it was Singapore. Yeah, they have some parks like that. Some very futuristic. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, so some countries actually try that. Try to do such like a sky garden, whatever, right? Floating garden, kind of. It's just ancient Babylonian concept, right? Yeah, nothing new here. Okay, so all right, now we can erase this. Let's go ahead and prove that. Okay, so uh, it goes like this. Okay, so let's bring this guy nice and close. My body isn't quite receptive to alcohol right now. Probably because I ate some nice sandwich. Anyway, Okay. Fourth thing you need to understand is this. In physics, okay, water, not every molecule behaves like this, but water is the kind of molecule such that when it solidifies, when water freezes up to ice, volume expands. Okay? Not every molecule behave like that. Okay, but water does. Right? And look at your ice, it's full of bubbles, right? And even if you come up with ice that does not contain any bubbles, to be honest with you, I don't know whether volume is still bigger. Alright? I don't know. I just don't. Alright? But yeah, in nature, right? Yeah, ice, when water freezes up, the volume expands. Okay? That's why ice is less dense than water. That's why ice float in water. Okay? Now, first thing we need to do is to calculate the ratio between the submerged part of the ice and the above the water part. Like, what's the tip of the iceberg and what's the rest? Okay? The ratio of these two heights. That's what we need to first find. Okay? So, H1, H2. Here. H1, H2. Okay? And the area of this ice cubes bottom, we call it A for area. All right? And then the volume, we have upper volume of ice, V1, volume downstairs, V2, right? V2 is equal to A, H2, right? Yeah. Now, we have two kinds of density, solid density and liquid density, okay? Solid ice and liquid water, all right? So, we do nice and slow, okay? So, uh, so Archimedes' principle is this, okay? First, the density of, the mass of, all right. let's just express this. Okay, the density of ice, solid for ice. Okay, density of solid is equal to uh, for short, this height of ice, we'll just call it h. Okay, so density of solid is right, mass over volume. That's the density of this ice. So and we're going to calculate the water that is displaced by this submerged ice part. All right, so um, so ice got submerged, right? So the volume of water that's displaced by this submerged ice, okay, we call it mass of that water, okay, liquid. So density of water is equal to okay. Now, what Archimedes discovered is that the force, this buoyancy force, the force of water pushing up the ice, okay, and so just to write it down, okay, mass solid times g mg ma f equal ma, right? Yeah, we're kind of mixing the timeline here because Newton came a lot later, like 10, 2,000 years later than Archimedes, but whatever. And mass liquid g, right? So gg cancels out, so meaning the mass of the entire ice is the same as mass of the liquid that is displaced by this submerged part of the ice. Okay, so then is this ah ds is equal to ah2 dw. Okay, so a and a cancels out, right? So then what we got here is uh, dw over I mean uh, density of solid, density of water, density of solid over density of water, okay, is equal to h downstairs and h2 upstairs, okay, meaning if density of water is 100 and density of ice is 90, okay, then you have 100 and you have 90, okay, then h is 100 and h2 is 90, Okay. H is 100. 100, okay. And H is 90. Okay, if the ratio between density water and density of ice is like this. Ice density is smaller, right? It's sparser, lighter, right? Then it's like it's 100 here, 90 submerged, only 10% is above the water level. Tip of the iceberg, okay? Base of the iceberg, 10 to 90. Okay? Yeah, so it comes directly from Archimedes' principle. Okay, so let's take a break. I'm kind of tired because today was busy. Yeah, but not as busy as yesterday though. But still, I'm kind of tired. All right, so let's take it nice and slow. Okay, so can you read all this? We'll take a break. Okay. Let me take a picture of this. I did before, but this is a lot more well organized because it's second time I'm doing this. All right. A lot more organized and less time. All right. Because I'm second time doing this. Very good. Yeah, I'm kind of prepared. Okay, let's take a break. Yeah. Okay. What do we have here? Next step. For me, it's very easy. Why? Because I did it. It's my second time doing this. So what will be next step? Yeah. Part of this ice melt away. All right. Let's just say we slice this ice. Okay. And this ice can look like big kind of dough or piece of cheese, like a kind of disc, thick disc, right? Yeah, it can be very wide, right? Looking like what? UFO kind of, all right? But cylindrical, flat, very wide cylinder, okay? Yeah, just slice a part of it, okay? Maybe 10% or half of them, whatever, okay? And let's melt that part of that ice, the small chunk of ice that we just sliced, okay? And let's see what happens, okay? Because again, in mathematical modeling, you have to simplify, all right? So, yeah. Okay. Better yet, let's just assume, let's keep it simple. Let's see what happens when all this ice melts away. Okay. Then let's see whether this water level changes or not. Okay? Alright. All we gotta do is prove this, alright? All we gotta do is to prove when 100% of this ice melt away, what would be the volume of that ice, that melting ice? Alright? Okay, good. We're not going to change any whiteboard, okay? I think we have enough space here because it's not that difficult. Why? Because I've done it before. It's my second time doing it, okay? So it's not cheating. It's just I can't prepare this time, okay? So so yeah, we can just relax because it's gonna be easy. We can be lazy a little bit. Why don't you go ahead and calculate that, okay? While I'm drinking, okay? So calculate the volume of water from this ice 100% melting. Okay, after this ice is melted away 100%, what will be that water volume? Hint: it will be it will be less than the volume of the ice because water, when ice melts, volume shrinks. Just like it's the opposite, right? When water freezes, volume expands, right? So the other way, it will shrink, right? So what's that volume? Huh? You got it? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Okay. Because to me, it's just too easy. Okay, because I already did that before. How long ago? 3 months ago, I guess. Maybe last year. All right. I don't know. Yeah, about 5 months worth of YouTube series. I mean, humanology series lost. Okay, about. About. So, but that's fine. We'll redo it more efficiently. No problem. Yeah, I'm waiting on you. Okay, just go ahead and do it. All right. So see whether water level rises or lowers or stays the same. Yeah. See, yeah, young people they should stay in school. Okay, so it's funny, so many people, young people, look up to Miss Greta Thunberg, and adults even encourage that, right? Giving her what time person of the year, Time magazine, or nominating her for Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think what she's doing is a very good role model for young people. I don't think so. I think it's blind leading the blind, and kind of maybe it's too harsh to say this, but yeah, false prophet. What can I say? Okay, if she's young, so what? She's misleading the young people, but she doesn't understand what she's talking about. Okay, so but hey, we all make mistakes. Okay, so we all do. Okay, so yeah. All I'm asking is, recommending is she should go back to school. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Right. Then she can become a positive role model for young people all around the world. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully she does just that. Okay. Okay. My right hand finger is kind of sore, so I'm gonna use my left hand because this is easy problem. All right. So okay, let's go ahead and do it. So this entire eyes, right? Mass of liquid, because it shrinks, we're gonna use smaller m for that. Okay. All the ice melted away. Okay. Then that mass of molten ice, that liquid, all this ice 100% become liquid. Okay. Okay. This is equal to mass of entire ice, right? Which is equal to density of ice times A times H, the volume of ice. Okay? Which is equal to density of water. Okay? Multiply by the base area times this height, x. Okay? I have a hypothesis that x is H2. That's why water level doesn't change at all. Okay? Let's see if that's true. Okay? What is x? And don't we have already? Yeah, of course we have it already. AA cancels out, so x is equal to ds over dw multiplied by h. What's that? ds over dw multiplied by h. That's h2. Okay, so end of proof, my friends. Yeah, it kind of strange cue. I'm sorry. I'm using my left hand, so that's the proof. Okay. What? It's not general enough? Oh, no problem. Just multiply both sides by 50%, 10%, and it comes out exactly the same. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Did we cheat a little? I don't think so. Then why should we put A here? Because without losing any generality, alright? Yeah, it's just for the sake of convenience, alright? So it doesn't have to be A, but you can adjust the height change and base change as long as volume stays the same. Okay, so if you want to prove more in a more strictly mathematically strict, rigorous manner, go ahead and do so if you want to. Okay, but you get the same result. Okay, so as long as ice is floating, when the ice melt away, halfway melt, or 10% melt, or 100% melt, the water level will not change. Okay, it comes directly from Archimedes' principle. Okay, so this is science. Okay, so but if the water is grounded, then yes, the water level will rise, of course. Right? Now, in iceberg in the world, how much ice is grounded in Antarctica and Arctic Ocean? How much percentage of those ice is grounded? I don't know. Okay. Even if it is grounded, most likely uh, they're still submerged. Substantial part of those icebergs are still submerged under the water. Why? Do you see any ice mountain in Arctica or Antarctica? Do you see a big ice mountain? No. Why? Because ice is very easy to break. Ice is not like rock solid. No. In continent, you have high mountains like Mountain Everest. Why? Because they are rock solid. Ice is not rock solid. It's very easy to break. That's why you go to Antarctica or Arctica, you don't see ice mountain made of ice. It's just flat. So most of those ice, even if icebergs, even if it's grounded, not it's not ground. It's not that high up. Most of it is still submerged under the water, under the sea level. Why? Wind blows, okay, and ice cannot withstand high, strong, powered wind like Arctic wind. No, there's no way. They will level up. So most of ice, even if they are grounded, anchored, still most part of the ice is still under the water. Okay, that's why even if all those ice melt away, sea level will not change very much. Okay, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, what do we need to do about climate change? Nothing. Just keep living, keep studying. Okay, just come up with plant trees, bush, shrubs on top of buildings. Okay, it will clean up the air. All right, so people will be healthier, and city will be greener. Okay, I'm all for that. Right, so I'm a tree hugger. I love trees. All right, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. Of course, I need to take a picture of this. Yeah, so all this climate change activism is a false alarm. False alarm. They're crying wolf. All right. Because they didn't study science, right? How are all these scientists who side with climate change activists? They just want to be popular, okay? Or perhaps they're afraid. Or perhaps they don't even know. Okay? You take 5 minutes. Oh, what can I say? Okay. Do you know what Arctic wind is? If you haven't been to Alaska, you probably have no idea. Arctic wind is very strong wind, okay? You know, I love winter because I'm a runner. I run outside. Today it snowed. I still ran. Why? I don't get wet. I just shake it off. So gone, right? But during the summer, it rains. I get wet, so I don't run when it rains. Unless it's really light sprinkle. Right? Because I don't want to get wet. No. My clothings? No. And I typically run during the lunch break. Because I eat something real quick, like Subway sandwich or whatever, right? Yeah. I gotta get back to work after I run, so. And also in the summer, I get sweaty. I become a mess, right? But it's not too bad because I go to bathroom and wash my face, my neck. Yeah, under the arm, somewhere, right? Both places. So I wash myself up, dry myself up, and then get back to work, okay? But it's a lot of work to do so. But in the winter when I run, I don't sweat because cold temperature kind of cools me down. Okay? And when it snows, I can still run. Right? So I love winter, right? Yeah. So where do I run? Uh, if it doesn't snow too much, I run a frozen lake, which is like at least 1 feet, sometimes 1.5, 2 feet deep ice, frozen lake. And because there's some romance to it, right? Yeah. And Arctic wind is so strong, it can compact the snow. Okay, so snow on a frozen lake, after it snowed and then wind blows, it becomes something like desert dune, like the snow dune, and it's very hardened because it got compact by Arctic wind, and it got frozen, so it became very hard, but still a little bit soft. Okay, so I love doing push-up on top of that with my bare hands. Okay, and also the frozen lake, I like doing push-up on top of that with my bare hands. So I got my napkins, okay? Yeah, snow ice they melt on my hands. No problem. I have my napkins in my pocket, so I just wipe it off and restart running. How many rounds of push-ups? Typically 50. 10 like this, 10 like this, 10 like with my wrist like this, 10 with my fingers, and 10 with my edge of my hand. Okay, so yeah, that's like cause I learned it from my friends, okay, who know some kung fu, Chinese martial arts, okay, so yeah, that's how they strengthen the different parts of your hand, right? So yeah, I do that, okay, yeah. What next? Okay, so three factors that would prevent the sea level rise despite the global warming. First, yeah, the slant, the slope, slow slope of this ocean front. Okay, it gets wider and wider on the surface level, so even if ice melt, it is wider distribution, right? So that prevents sea level rise. Second factor, yeah, Archimedes' principle, okay, because ice volume is bigger than water volume. When all this ice melt away, water level doesn't change a single bit. Third factor, even if this ice is grounded, anchored on the bottom of the ocean, still above the sea level, uh, the height of this iceberg, grounded iceberg above the sea level is very shallow. Why? Arctic wind. And due to the fragility of ice as opposed to rocky mountain, right? So ice, because it's so easily breakable, it will give in to the Arctic wind or Antarctic wind. It's very strong ice, and ice is very easy to break. Okay, that's why you go to Arctica, Antarctica, you don't see any ice mountain. It's flat, leveled. Okay, all right. So that's the third factor. Fourth factor that we didn't talk about yet is this. Or can you come up with one? Fourth factor that prevents sea level rising despite global warming. What's that? I'll give you a minute, okay? Because we talked about this. I'm not sure we talked about this in this post 200 lost episode or not. Maybe we did. If we haven't, just think about it, okay? What's the fourth factor that prevents sea level rise despite global warming? Okay? We may or we may not have. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I give you 1 minute. So I want to drink. I should never become a professor, right? Oh boy. Keep thinking, okay? I just want to talk while you are thinking. So walk. You can walk and chew the gum at the same time, right? What kind of professor would I make? I will have this canteen in my blazer pocket, and okay, guys, I give you a quiz, and yeah, just don't look at me, okay? I'll turn around and I just bring this canteen from my pocket and I'm drinking, and don't look at me. Do the quiz, okay? Solve the problems, okay? So or hide behind the podium or behind the just scoop down, like kind of crouch down behind the desk, and like don't look at me, okay? I solve the problem, please. And then from my inside pocket, canteen and vodka. We're just making a movie, okay, comedy. Just comedy. Or give a problem and then go to cigarette break and go outside and come back in 5 minutes later. If lecture is 1 hour long, I have to do it like what, 3 times? Okay, my friends, time is up. Yeah, the fourth factor, what is it? Can you think of one? Maybe something different from what I've been thinking of? Yeah, go ahead. Publish it. Okay. Is this publication material? It should be. There's no difficult mathematics here. No differentiation, no differential equation, nothing fancy, not even calculus. It's a simple division. But is it publication material? It should be. Why? Maybe no journals, science journals would accept you, even if you write this paper in LaTeX. Why? Because it's kind of like against the mainstream, against majoritarian view. So your paper may not be very popular, so it may not be published. Okay, that's why I don't even try to publish these things. Well, one of the main reasons. Second reason, I'm busy. Okay, I do my job. Alright. After that, I'm done doing my jobs. Okay, so I'm not gonna publish this, right? So, but if you want to try, I mean, I cannot guarantee you're gonna get published or not, but it should be publication material because these 4 factors that would prevent sea level rising despite global warming is correction of the mainstream majoritarian view because they are wrong. they didn't know this. So it's about educating the misguided public. It's important. Okay? Yeah. Well, I published it here in Google YouTube and that's it, right? Because I don't have time. All right. All right. So what's the first factor? It could be something else that I'm not thinking of. Maybe it's your own brand new discovery, all right? Yeah. But what I was thinking is this. Yeah, as global warming happens, globe warms, okay? The atmosphere will have more capacity to contain moist vapor, water vapor, okay? The gaseous state of water. Because temperature is so hot. Simple physics, right? The middle school, high school physics. As temperature go up, atmosphere, the air, has more capacity to contain vapor. Okay? Yeah. Why is winter so dry? Because cold air cannot contain moist. So they will become water or snow, ice. Right? Yeah. Why does the morning dew forms? Because in the morning temperature cools down, so all the water vapor in the air, they become water. They liquefies to morning dew. Okay? Yeah. Because cold air cannot contain moist very well. But hot temperature, when the sun rises, when morning becomes noon, afternoon, temperature rises, so all this morning dew evaporates. Okay? So that's what's going to happen in the global warming. All the seawater, they will evaporate because temperature, global warming, air, atmospheric, earth, globe temperature is just too hot. So yeah, sea level actually can go down because all the seawater will evaporate because earth is just too hot. Okay? So you don't need to worry about sea level rising at all. Okay, so that's the fourth factor that prevents sea level rise despite global warming. Simple physics, right? So the reason why this anti-climate change activism is so popular, that's the evidence how ignorant, how scientifically ignorant and illiterate this entire world population really is. It's kind of sad, right? And kind of funny. I would have said in this past 200 lost episodes, I would have said, yeah, that's laughable, ridiculous. But I wouldn't say that, okay? Why? Because I have to watch my mouth. But I already said that, right? Oops. Let's just having some fun, right? It's such a basic science. It's like middle school, high school level physics, right? So yeah, maybe you learn, but you don't know how to apply. Why? Perhaps you're too busy. Huh? What did you do last weekend? Valentine's Day weekend, okay? Maybe you're so busy, courtship, maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know. People are not interested in pursuit of the truth. Perhaps people are more interested in pursuit of happiness, not pursuit of the truth. But in humanology, the two are one of the same thing because this particular version of humanology happens to be a kind of Christian, kind of Jesusian, but perhaps not 100%. But we adopt a lot of good things from Mr. Jesus. Okay, yeah, in Bible. Okay, I wouldn't call him Mr. Bible. I mean, there becomes too like Looney Tunish, cartoonish. This Bible have two legs and two arms and walking around. They're too cartoonish. What's wrong with cartoonish? Okay, let's call it Mr. Bible. Okay, Mr. God, Mr. Holy Spirit. Okay, we take a lot of goods from them. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Jesus said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life." Right? The way, the truth, and the life. One humanological interpretation of that life, like have a life, meaning yeah, have some fun, have some happiness, right? So yeah, truth, way, the truth, the life, the happiness, the heaven, paradise. Okay, education, the truth, knowledge. One of the thing, right? That's one way to look at it, right? One of many things we do here in humanology is to secularize religion. We do that quite a lot. Okay, we want to popularize, yes, religion. Christianity is just one of many good religions. Okay, yeah, Confucianism, Islam, Buddhism, they're all cool. Okay, yeah. Yes, you heard me right. Islam is a very good religion. Okay, at least I think so. Okay, I have Quran. All right, yeah, Quran is beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, yeah, Quran is very beautiful literature. All right, yeah. I admire Islam, Prophet Muhammad Allah and Quran. I admire Middle Eastern Arabic culture. I admire it. They're beautiful. Okay, so okay, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, so yeah, did I take a picture of this? Let's see. I did. Yeah. We'll take 5. Okay. Alright. Let's take a break from science. Okay, and we're gonna talk about Quran. Okay, because I have English translated Quran. Okay, so we'll just read some of that. Okay. Any objections? Well, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so after 5 minutes break, like it or not. All right. Okay. Let's get this behind us. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Not tonight. No. But still, night is young. Okay, we do something. Okay. Yeah, we'll do Quran. Okay. So after a break. Yeah. I love Quran. I think it's fantastic. So, yeah. okay, you don't want to talk about religion, that's fine. We can talk about something else because something else came up when I was having a cigarette break. So, like, yeah, I mean, Quran is very important book, okay, because so many people in the world are Muslims, okay, not just Middle Easterns, some Asians too, okay, yeah, like Indonesians, Malaysians, right? Yeah, some Indians, Pakistanis, yeah, it's very important religion, okay, so we cannot ignore that fact, okay. Islam is a very important religion, right? So okay, so but let's just relax, okay. Religion, yeah, it's quite a serious topic, so because humanology, we want humanology to be a uniting force of humanity, okay. So that's one of the many goals in humanology, okay, as a, yes, as an activism, right? So we want to unite people, okay, just like Jesus said, yeah, let them be one, right? Yeah, that's what Jesus prayed to his Father God, right? So I mean, obviously Trinity is a good concept, but there's some flaw in there because obviously Jesus, if he prayed to God, obviously God and Jesus, they are two different entities, right? Otherwise, why would Jesus pray to God, right? So yeah, there's some flaws in Trinity theory. Anyways, okay. So, yeah, we want to be uniting force, humanology. Okay, uniting humanity. Okay, yeah, that's one of my missions, self-imposed or otherwise. All right. So, I was preparing for this campaign speech pitch in March. Campaign sales pitch in March. Okay, time to rhyme. All right. So, yeah, it's auspicious year. My presidential campaign motto, yeah, Vision 2020. Okay, because long time ago, when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, I went to a bar when I was in college. I was like 20 years old back then, something like that. Early 20s, okay, undergrad, majoring in computer science. I went to a bar one probably Friday night, Saturday night, by myself, okay, and I met this old gentleman, kind of like sage, like gray hair, right? Yeah, in Madison, Wisconsin, all right. But don't get me wrong, it's regular bar, just neighborhood bar. It's not some specialized bar that cater to a certain distinct group of people. Mr. Miss Google YouTube reviewer, does that go down better? All I'm saying is, PG-13, it was not a gay bar. It's just a regular bar. Have I been to gay bars? Yes, by accident or on purpose. Okay, I'll tell you about that later. Okay, let's finish this line of story first. Okay, I went to a bar, regular bar. It was not a gay bar. Okay, it was just ordinary bar. Okay, yeah, I met this gentleman, and we started having conversation. He probably was in his 60s. Okay, yeah, very kind, wise gentleman. Yeah, we started talking. I was like early 20s, right? So there's this generation gap. But yeah, so what? Okay. Uh, yeah, he was Caucasian, right? So with eyeglasses, white skin, blue eyed, and graying hair at least, right? Yeah, but very wise man and wise gentleman. And so I told him that, hey, Mister, do you think I can be the president of the United States? And he asked me these constitutional requirements. Okay, he's very learned man, I guess. So yeah, were you born in the United States? Yes, I was born in the United States. Okay, how old are you? Oh, I'm 21 years old. Oh, you are too young to be the president. Okay, there's constitutional age limit, right? Yeah, age requirement. Yeah. So, but if you're gonna run for president, yeah, run in year 2020, because by then you will be above the constitutional minimum age requirement. Okay, yeah, and your presidential model will be something like 2020 vision. Okay, so he said something like that. Okay, so I remember. Oh, Mister, thank you. And that was that. Okay, and then so like a couple of years ago, I started running this. I started to run this presidential campaign because I registered to run for United States president for year 2020. Okay, yeah. So my president model, not 2020 vision, but vision 2020, because I think that sounds better, right? Yeah, vision 2020. So I showed you a couple of days ago my presidential campaign placard, right? Yeah. Did I use it ever? Yes. I made two of them. It took me a couple of days. A couple of years ago, there was this event, so I had the two of those campaign sign, front and back, and I walked like a penguin, right, for mile and a half at least. It's this advertisement kind of like marching event. Okay, yeah, I paid to be there, but it was fun. All right, that's the only time I used it. All right, a couple of years ago. Okay, yeah, I'm running for president of the United States. All right, anyway. Okay, so uh, so there was that story. Is it time to take a break yet? Maybe so, but at least get started on this topic. Okay, in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, I was like over 21, so yeah, I started to go to bars because I was allowed to. And I was curious. All right, yeah, so I would go to different bars, right? Just by walking in my neighborhood. I live in an apartment off campus. All right, so I just walked blocks or took my bicycle, but not bicycle because drinking and riding bicycle that's illegal too, right? So yeah, I just walked. Okay, have I ever drink and rode bicycle? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't know about the law. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, mostly I just walked. Why? Because it's just easy to walk. If you're riding bicycle, you have to find some place to chain your bicycle. No, it's just easy to walk, right? Yeah, so I walked. Okay, several blocks. Went to this bar, and I was like 21, so I just came back to America 2 years ago when I was like 19, 18, whatever, right? 3 years ago. I didn't know anything about this homosexuality culture in America. I had no idea. Okay. So I came to this bar and I looked around and there are no girls. There were guys. So I asked the male bartender, "Hey mister, how come there are no ladies here?" And this waiter got angry. I, I didn't understand why he was so angry. I just asked one question. How come there's no ladies here? And he angrily told me, answered me, this bar does not necessarily serve female patrons. He was very angry, okay, so I was like, I didn't understand. And later on, I found out it was a gay bar, okay. Okay, so obviously this Mr. Bartender in this gay bar was not a very happy person. But that was not the very first, that was not the only observation. Later on, I realized it's kind of a pattern actually. Alright? Because after 5 minutes break, I'm gonna tell you another experience that I had in a gay bar. And that gay bar, yeah, I went on purpose. Why? I tell you after 5 minutes. Why? Because I know how to entertain. Suspense, whatever, okay? But I also know how to ruin suspense. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm not gay, okay? I'm straight, right? Does that ruin the suspense? Well, I guess it depends on the individuals, right? That's line from Twilight Zone series, right? What, the absolute librarian? Maybe that's me, right? The keeper of books, keeper of knowledge, right? Maybe I'm an absolute librarian, okay? We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? I need some vocal rest, right? So yeah, stay tuned, alright? It will get very interesting, okay? So I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I tripped on this power cord. We'll talk about Quran later, some other time perhaps, okay? Because it's very important topic, okay? But right now, because religion is such a serious topic, we just relax, okay? And have fun, alright? Fair enough. Okay. Just sit back, lay back, okay? Give me 5 minutes. We're back. Okay. So the second time I went to gay bar, it was on purpose. Of all places. Uh, yes, San Francisco. Back then, I lived in Los Angeles, California, as a part-time actor, full-time computer programmer. Okay. Yeah. So why did I go there? Well, I'd never been to San Francisco before, so why while I'm in San Francisco for the first time in my life, why not check out some gay bar? Okay, because was I curious? Yes. Was I bi curious? No. I'm just a straight guy. Some people think I'm gay. I don't blame them because I wear these colorful clothing and spend a lot of time for my hair. Actually, not that much time. My hairstyle is easy. I'm balding, right? But I want to cover it up. Inspired by President Trump cartoons, of which I'm a huge fan. Okay. So yeah, I'm balding up here. So I grow my side hair. Then I with the hair dryer blow like this. Sometimes upside down like this, and then spray, freeze hair spray from Walmart, and then go to the other side. You can hair dry blower after I take a bath in the morning, and then freeze it with the hairspray and dry it again. Dry it again. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, it takes less than 5 minutes. All right, maybe 1 minute, maybe max. All right, but yeah, I like colors because to me, it's living art. Costume. Because I'm a former performer. Actually, today even nowadays I perform in karaoke bars and dance clubs. I sing and dance in public, okay? And I give out political speeches, 2 minutes each, whenever I can, right? Political meetings, if they let me, okay? So, okay, it's not very often. It doesn't matter, right? I go to local radio, political talk shows, and I write to local newspapers, okay? Yeah, this public performance. I am still a performer, okay? Yeah, am I an attention seeker? Yes, I love attention. So what? Some people are like that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Alright. Yeah. So yeah, I'm one of those people, okay? So I love attentions. Alright, so and I'm single, alright? Why? Well, I used to date, but nowadays I have this humanology series going on, so I'm happy single, right? Uh, because it's so important thing that, at least in my mind, to share the knowledge that I have with the rest of the world. Okay, to pass on the knowledge to the future generation. And at the same time, I'm not just teaching; I'm learning at the same time. Okay, sometimes I learn and teach at the same time. It's like there's a concept I encountered when I was in elementary school in South Korea when I was reading this translated biography by French entomologist Jean-Henri Fabre. Okay, my French sucks. Okay, so it's not that good. I'm never good at it. But I'm a huge fan of this French musician, and also he dabbled in politics too. Okay, so Monsieur Car Zero, Carl Zero. Okay, that's his stage name. Great musician. Okay, so anyways, just wanted to mention. How did I learn about that gentleman? Yeah, he featured in one of the X File episodes. Okay, like Saba Saba. Quang, Dang mi bi, Q, T. It's so exotic. Ta 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 ta. Trumpet and all that. Yeah, fantastic musician, alright. Anyways, so when I was in Los Angeles, California, doing part-time acting, full-time computer programming, one weekend I got bored. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to go to San Francisco, and I was like more liberal than maybe 51% liberal and 49% conservative when I was like in my mid to late 20s when I was in Los Angeles, California. Okay, yeah. So why did I go to that gay bar in San Francisco? Because I wanted to know how gay people are like in this capital of gayism. I wanted to understand, I wanted to see, observe whether, like, how they are. Are they good people, bad people? Because I had no idea. Okay? So I think this district is called like Havana or something. Havana is it capital city of Cuba or not? Some big city in Cuba? There's this Jim Carrey movie, The Mask, the Cuban Pete. They sing about Havana or something. Cabana, I don't know. Havana, Cabana, I don't know. So yeah, I went there and then because I looked it up in the search engine, right? Back then was it Alta La Vista or Yahoo or Google? I'm not sure if it was pre-Google, post-Google. I don't know. Yeah, the most famous gay bar in San Francisco. Okay, this heavily gay district. So I think it was called Havana or something. Okay. So I went there and I saw on the street these two guys holding hand to hand, right? Uh, and I went to this bar. It was mostly guys, gay guys, right? So I ordered a drink. Oh, it wasn't too crowded. Okay, it was kind of fairly crowded, but not too much. Okay, it was not like jam packed, right? What year was that? 2008, something like that. Okay. Mm. Maybe 2007. I don't know. All right. So I ordered this drink from this male bartender in this presumably the most famous gay bar in the world. So I would expect that he would be so happy, but he wasn't happy at all. Just like this Madison, Wisconsin gay bar bartender who yelled at me asking this one question. It was the same look. I was so unhappy being a bartender in a gay bar as a male bartender. So I was like, that's quite unexpected because gay in English dictionary it means happy, like English translation of this philosopher, German philosopher, what Friedrich Nietzsche, yeah, gay science. It does not mean homosexual science. It means happy science. Okay, so gay means happy. So why do they call themselves gay? I guess they are happy, but from what I observed, I would have, I guessed, I made a guess that they would be very happy people, but they weren't. So that was quite unexpected for me. Okay, yeah, these attitudes of these male bartenders in gay bars, they were not happy at all, and it was it didn't end there. I met some other people in regular bar, yes, in Alaska, and this it was not a gay bar. It was a regular bar, regular restaurant, and this bartender just happened to be a gay guy. Okay, and he was very unhappy individual. Okay? I'm not saying anything. I'm just ne- telling you my observation, what I have seen. I'm being neutral. Hey, way back when I was in California or Madison, Wisconsin, Los Angeles, California, San Francisco, California, Madison, Wisconsin, I was 51% at least liberal, 49% or less conservative. Okay, I was slightly more liberal than conservative. Why? Because I was young. Okay, but from what I remember, those days when I was more liberal than conservative, male gays and female lesbians, from what I have observed back then when I was more liberal than conservative, they didn't look happy at all. Even today, when I see gay people, lesbian people, do they look happy? Maybe a little bit more so because now that America has legalized gay marriage, right? Maybe more so. But yeah, at the same time, I'm more conservative than liberal by now because I have aged, right? I'm older now. But my impression is that they're faking it. That's my honest observation. Okay? I'm not saying this because I'm more conservative than liberal, right? Yeah, there's this saying, okay, I learned from my friends, okay? Yeah, if you are not liberal when you are in your 20s, you have no heart. And if you are still liberal in your 40s, you have no brain. I heard that before, okay? Yeah. Nobody knows who came up with this phrase before. I don't. I did look it up, but maybe it's anonymous person online. I don't know. Okay, but I did hear that saying, kind of a secular maxim. Okay, maybe among conservatives. I don't know. So in this San Francisco famous gay bar, I met an old gentleman, and he was Caucasian too. Okay. Yeah, and we talked. Okay. After 5 minutes break, I will tell you what happened. Okay. Yeah, surely I told you about this before. Maybe it was in this 200 lost episodes or not. I don't know. All right. Uh, do you want me to ruin the suspense or not? You know, just to show some love to all the LGBT activists and LGBT people out there, I will take 5 minutes break after fi- 5 minutes break. I will tell you what happened after that. Me meeting this old Caucasian gentleman, fairly wise gentleman, I think. Okay, and I'll tell you what happened there. Okay, and just out of love for LGBT people, pro LGBT people. Okay, we just take 5 minutes break without any ruining the suspense. Okay, PG-13. I feel like a gay worker, adult, gay adult entertainment worker. Okay, you know, I in 200 past 200 episodes, I would not filter myself, but I do now because Google, YouTube examiners, reviewers, they are watching me. Okay, so and I'm watching them too. Okay, I'm being very mindful. All right, so it's a good thing. All right, it makes the story more interesting. All these rules. You play video games, right? If you do, yeah, it's interesting because there are rules of the game, right? Trump card, playing card, poker. rich, whatever. It's interesting because oh, you have what this Monopoly board game, Dungeons and Dragons. It's interesting game because there are rules, right? We take 5 minutes break. Okay, so. I don't like this kind of feeling. Okay, this gray. This I don't like it. Okay, so I'm more like Christian. Okay, like either you're hot or cold. You're if you are tepid, you know, in I think it's Book of Revelation or whatever. Yeah, it's Book of Revelation, right? Yeah, I don't like this being in the middle. Okay, hot or cold, but yeah, but out of love for gay community out there. Okay, I'm not gonna ruin your suspense for 5 minutes. All right, out of love for humanity, for gay community. Okay, so for the record, I don't like this feeling at all. All right. Okay, we're back. Yeah, we are dealing with some difficult topic of gayism, right? Yeah, it's difficult topic to talk about, but perhaps not as difficult as topic of religion. All right, we'll do step by step, okay? Because topic of Islam, for example, that's a very difficult topic. But in this last 200 episodes, I extensively talked about Islam, okay? But perhaps you are not ready for that yet, okay? Because that's perhaps more difficult topic than this issue of gayism, problem of gayism, okay? So we'll do one step at a time, okay? And also ultra interracialism, that's a very difficult topic to talk about. In 200 past lost episodes, I talked about it extensively because I didn't have to filter out myself. Yeah, I just spoke of my mind. All right, so there was no restraint whatsoever, and that's why Google YouTube had to warn me. All right, and I listened. All right, so it's so good. Okay, I'm developing some narrative skills so that I talk about difficult topic, but at the same time, not in an offensive, discriminatory way. So that's the oratory skill that I'm practicing right now. Okay, talk about something very difficult topic, but don't be offensive, don't be discriminatory, and that's a good challenge. I'm learning it right now. Okay, all right. So yeah, I went to this Havana, San Francisco, okay, and met an old gentleman. He probably was in his 50s or 60s, Caucasian gentleman, okay. So we started talking, and I guess he asked me like, "Hey, why are you here?" And I was like, "Oh, because I was curious." And he was like, "Curious about what?" Well, I wanted to, I'm from South Korea, okay, not too long ago, okay, and then in South Korea, they don't have any gay people, so it's kind of new to me. So I'm curious. I want to learn about gay people and gay culture and how they are like. Are they good, bad, or are they happy, unhappy? Yeah. So yeah, that's why I came here. And he said, "But okay. So what are you looking for?" I was like, "Yeah, I just wanted to observe people. That's all." But if you're here in this bar, you have to have a reason. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I want to observe gay people, see how they are like. That's all. So obviously he wanted to, be certain. Okay, he wanted to get in bed with me. Unfortunately, okay. I will depend on the point of view, but yeah. Then later on, he realized that I'm not gay. Gay. I'm not even bi curious. Okay. So, but he did bless me. He gave me a kiss on my neck. Okay, and I let him. All right, and he said, "Yeah, you'll be okay. Yeah, you'll be just fine." Because yeah, I was very grateful. Why? Because even today, if I just live my life and die of old age without any major incident, if I just die of old age, if I'm just okay, if my life just turn out to be just average, nothing big, nothing bad, nothing too good, nothing too bad. If I just end my life, die of old natural age, I can accept that. So I thanked him. Yeah, it's a good blessing. I can I can die with that, live with that. Okay, no problem. But when it comes to blessings, let's talk about some blessings I had. All right, I joined the U.S. Army. Right, later on. Okay, yeah, just regular army. I was not an officer. I was not an NCO. I was not special forces. I was not ranger. Okay, just regular junior enlisted soldier, not reserve, not National Guard, but active duty for 4 years. After that, 4 years inactive reserve. So it's a 4 plus 4 year typical standard contract. Okay, and then I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, and I was there for 1 year, and then during that year, about 5 to 3 months before we deployed to Afghanistan. Okay, yeah, I tried to join the U.S. Army Special Forces. Okay, yeah, so I trained for it. Okay, by myself in a group with the Special Forces candidates in, yes, Fort Hood, Texas. Okay, yeah, and under the supervision by Special Forces recruiters who are themselves Special Forces NCOs. Okay, yeah, it was cool. I had a lot of fun. It was extreme. It was intense. Yeah, but yeah. So they sent me to after 1 or 2 months of training. Okay, and I gotta tell you, yeah, it was fun. I liked it. Okay, how old was I? So I joined the U.S. Army in 2009. So I was 31 years old. So maybe I was 32, 33, something like that. Okay, yeah. But I was still young. About 10 years ago. Okay, so man, it's been that long. 2010. A decade ago, right? Yeah, I was able to handle all this special forces training, this low shoulder lifting and roll to the left, roll to the right. Those things I can still do. Okay, but dog walk, yeah, no problem, right? 10 years ago, yeah, it was a lot even easier than now. Okay, so because I was 10 years younger, right? Yeah, so they sent me to graciously my NCOs, my officers, my colleagues. Okay, they all supported me. Okay, yeah, of course there's some objection. Okay, hey man, we are about to deploy to Afghanistan, and now you are what trying to avoid deployment. But hey, if you are special forces, you deploy all the time, more frequently than once or every other year. Okay, so yeah, but was that in my mind? Yes. Why? Whatever. Okay, but yeah, but that was not the main motivation. It's because I like adventures. All right, so yeah, I mean I'm a lawyer now, but I'm trying to be a politician, right? I always try to move up social ladder. Always. Is that why I came to America from South Korea? Yes. Because I used to have dual citizenship. Yeah, I was born in the United States, but my parents are Korean citizens, so I used to have dual citizenship, right? I chose America to move up. Okay. Yeah, am I like illegal immigrant? Yes. But at least back then it was legal because I got birth citizenship by birth. Nowadays it kind of tricky, right? But at least back then it was like that. Okay, so yeah, I always wanted to move up, up, up. I used to be a computer programmer. Now I'm a lawyer. Okay. Yeah, in social hierarchy is, I mean, I make about the same money, but still the recognition of people. Okay, so of course you can move up as a computer programmer, just like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. You can go as a computer programmer. You can go all the way up, right? But I'm a kind of nomadic personality, so I want to change profession. Okay, yeah. I was in PhD program, computational biology in Cornell, and then computer programmer, then U.S. Army soldier, and then now I'm a lawyer. Okay, so I'm like that. Some people are like that. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so yeah, tried to be a special forces. They sent me to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the 3 weeks in hell, right? After it's 3 weeks in hell, but after 2 weeks I dropped out. Why? Because I couldn't take it anymore. Okay. Why? Uh, I don't think I'm in liberty to tell you because in this 200 lost past episodes, I did talk about it, but I did sign this piece of contract that was kind of like secret, you know. So maybe I will not tell you. Okay, why I dropped out, what kind of training that was. Okay, maybe I'm not in liberty to tell you. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you that. Okay. But it was too harsh, so I couldn't take it, so I dropped out after 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, I did all the log run, log march. Okay, the log lifting, rolling in the mud. Yeah, no problem. Dog walk. Okay. But in this specific training, yeah, I couldn't take it anymore, so I dropped out. Okay, so and after that, I have 1 week left because it's 3 week training, and they didn't just send us home. No, what did we do? Yeah, we served the remaining soldiers. Yeah, yeah, cleaning after them, preparing for their training. Okay. Yeah, we have some leg time. Okay, so we are also allowed to smoke cigarettes too. Okay, but not alcohol though. Okay, so yeah, yeah, and then we had some free time, so I went to the what PX post exchange. Okay, that's what they call. I don't know why. All right, it's like a 7-Eleven kind of grocery, right? So I went there and they have this small bookshelf. So I was trying to buy some books for my spare time as a dropout U.S. Special Forces. 1 week we're gonna serve the surviving soldiers who are still in the program, but we drop out. Yeah, we have some leg time, more freedom. Okay, we can go to PX. We can smoke cigarettes, right? So I went there looking at these books in the small bookshelf in this small PX in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And there's this Caucasian gentleman who told me, yeah, he said, this boy is gonna, something like, I don't exactly remember what he said, something like, yeah, boy is gonna save the world. But one British book at a time, because I picked up this book about Special Air Force, Special Air Service, British kind of Special Forces book. So yeah, I guess it was kind of famous book. Because maybe I heard about this book from my colleagues. Okay, so I picked it up and he saw he recognized this book that I was about to buy. So yeah, this boy is gonna save the world one day, but one British book at a time, one Brit book at a time. I think that's what he said. Okay, and it's not just these Caucasian Americans who gave me ample blessings, like that gentleman in Madison, Wisconsin, who blessed me to be the president of the United States in year 2020. It's also African American gentleman too. Okay, and some Asian gentlemen as well. So I got plenty of blessings from Asians, African Americans, Caucasian Americans, and Jewish, Muslims, Indians, natives. Okay, I have been blessed by all different races, like natives, blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, mixed races, Arabs, Jews, everywhere, every race. I remember every single second of it. Okay, my friends, they blessed me. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I've been blessed in my life, okay, but at the same time, I have been through some very, very difficult times when I was left alone. People ganging up on me, people despising me, mistreating me. Pigeon, yeah, treating me like some. I'm not gonna use this SH word, alright? I'm not gonna even spell it, okay? People treating me like. People treating me like. If it's more interesting, right? As opposed to me just saying it like I did, like I used to in this past 200 lost episodes, okay? So, yeah, rules are good. It makes the story more interesting, right? Kind of guessing game, right? More nuanced, more subtle, perhaps more civilized. So, yeah, rules are good. Google, YouTube, policy is good rules, okay? So, yeah, I get it. So, yeah, people mistreating me, ganging upon me, ostracizing me. When I was ostracized, excluded, neglected, when I was in law school, yeah, LGBT people, they sympathized with me because it was like deja vu for them. LGBT people, they knew I opposed gayism because I was open about it when I was in law school. Okay? But they still had humanity, ample humanity, to sympathize with me. Me, anti-gayist. They, gayist or pro-gayist. They still sympathize with me because me as an anti-gayist in year what? 2013 to 2015 under President Barack Obama's administration. In law school, I was a minority as an openly anti-gayist. So I was excluded, neglected, ignored, silenced, dismissed, ostracized. Some good, kind, and generous American LGBT people in law school, my colleagues, they sympathized with me, knowing that I'm an anti-gayist. Because they've been there before, as minority, back in the days. Then, when I was in law school, yeah, they are the majority popular, but they remembered 10 years earlier, when they were still gay, they were ostracized, marginalized, excluded. Just like I was when I was in law school. When they were majority, I'm now minority because I'm anti-gayist, they are gayist, they are pro-gayist. In 2014, before the 10 years before, they were the minority, ostracized, marginalized, excluded, ganged upon. Okay? 10 years later, in 2014, I'm anti-gayist. They're gayist, pro-gayist. I'm being ostracized. 2014, under President Barack Obama's liberal America in law school. Imagine that. Yeah, I was ostracized, excluded, dismissed, ignored, ganged upon as an one and only openly anti-gayist human being in law school in 2014 under President Barack Obama's liberal America. So some of them remembered what they've been through 10 years ago in America. So they sympathized with me. They gave me this look. When these law school professors ignored me when I was raising my hand, but because they know I'm anti-gayist, I'm conservative, minority in this law school in 2014. Hey professor, I want to speak up, I'm conservative. and they wouldn't let me speak. So this LGBT, my colleagues, okay, I mean we are not that close, but yeah, these LGBT law students, okay, future lawyers, they looked at me with very sympathetic eyes, and I remember that. Okay, so I know LGBT people, they are not bad people. No, they are good people. I know that. Okay, because I've seen their eyes when I was marginalized because I'm minority, anti-gaist. The minority conservative openly so anti-gaist to these LGBT law students. They remembered what they experienced 20 years ago when they used to be minority under Mr. President George W. Bush era. And now, 10 years later, I am them 10 years ago when they used to be minority under George W. Bush era. But it's no longer that. It's President Barack Obama era. Mainstream liberalism, pro-gaist. Now, I am the minority. And they saw me being excluded, dismissed, ganged upon. So they show me some sympathy. Okay? So yeah, I know LGBT people, no, they're not bad people. Huh, I know that. But uh, gayism, LGBTism, I have to say, is wrong ideology to subscribe to. Okay? If you are subscribed to that ideology of gayism, pro-gayism, I don't blame you for that. Okay? And I'm not against you as a human being. I know you're a good person. Okay? But I cannot concede this point where, as far as I know, gayism, LGBTism, homosexualityism is a bad ideology. Okay? And we'll talk about that later. Okay? Because it's a long subject. Okay? Why gayism is wrong? That's a very, very long subject. Okay? When I was in law school, I wrote this almost 200 pages long academic paper. Okay, it's out there thanks to some nice, kind and generous online publishers. Okay, but if time goes along and if this become sensationalized, more well known, they may shut that down. Okay, so you better you better download it right now because it may not stay it may not stay online very long. Okay, what's the name of that article? The law of anti-gayism. Okay, you better download it now because sooner or later it may be gone. Okay, sooner or later the movie I made, therapy for methophobia, it may be gone too. Okay, you may, if you can download it right now, right? Because it could be gone forever, right? I don't know. We'll take 5 minutes back, okay? So, yeah, I got some interesting stories, okay? I've been through some uh, bad experiences, painful, horrible experiences, okay? And some good experiences too, just like any one of you. So, I'm just like you. I'm nobody special, okay? I've been through bad times, good times. All right? Yeah. That's why I run for president because I can represent you because I'm just like you. Okay? Yeah. All right. Let's take 5 minutes break. Okay? Okay. okay, I'm cooking my dinner, okay? So, yeah, gayism, homosexuality is a long topic, okay? We only have 10 minutes left, okay? So, let me just give you the bottom line, okay? Uh, well, not the bottom line, but some main points, a couple, okay? For 10 minutes, right? Let's relax a little bit, okay? Let me drink. It's a long subject, okay? Gayism, also very interesting and very important subject to talk about. So, and we'll do it because we are humanologists. We love challenges. We have enough intellectual capacity to solve very difficult problems, right? Even whether Einsteinian special and general relativity, if, whether they're correct or not, I did solve it in past 200 episodes, okay? I regurgitate it for you, alright? Just this biology, this animal species, like penguins. PG-13 maybe, okay? Yeah, penguins, they go to the sea. Alternatively, mother penguin, father penguin, okay? They go to the sea, okay? Antarctica. They eat fish, right? And they regurgitate, yeah, vomit out to feed their young baby penguins. Because by then it's like half digested, so these young penguins can eat it and digest more easily. That's what they do. Antarctica penguins. Okay. Do you want to protect and preserve them? No problem. Use biotechnology to farm them. Alright? Yeah, farm them, alright? All this reproductive technology, okay. Yeah, we got enough biomedical knowledge to farm them, alright? So, yeah, protect and preserve those Antarctica penguin species. Easy, alright? You can do it very easily. We have that technology, right? Anyways, so gayism, okay, there are people who say, oh, it was not my choice. I didn't choose to be gay. Do you know how difficult it used to be a gay person? I believe you, okay? Yeah. You do? Yeah. I don't just believe you, I know. For some gay people, yeah, it was not their choice. I know. Yeah. But some scientists, they say there's no such a thing as gay gene. Homosexuality is not inherited. Some scientific paper a couple of years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think it's mostly environmental, okay? Nature versus nurture, okay? Yeah, yeah, there's some good psychology. Yeah, we are humanologists. We are more like we appreciate some parts of psychology, but mostly we are anti-psychologists, okay? Because but there's some validity in psychology, maybe 10% out of 100, okay? Maybe more, I don't know, but our approach in humanology is brand new. It's not like psychology at all, okay? So yeah. But yeah, nature versus nurture is it rhymes very well. Nature, nurture, okay? Beginning and ending of those words. Head rhyming, tail rhyming, yeah, good. Okay, so yeah, but some people are gay not because they chose to, but because somehow against their will, against their choice, they are gay. I get it. Okay, I understand, and I know, right? But some other people chose to be gay too. So there are two different categories of gay people. How they become gay people. Okay. And some people even say, "Oh, I was born gay. I always knew I'm gay." As far as I remember, that I have some reasonable doubt. Okay, because children, they are not sexual, they are asexual. Okay, when I was a child, in my own experience, I was disgusted when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old. I was disgusted by all these people or adults kissing. I was like, ew, oh, that's dirty. Why do they do that? I don't understand this. Adult male, female, oh my goodness, why do they do that? Like kissing and disgusting. Why do they do that? Oh my goodness. Children are asexual because they are prepubescent. Okay, so if some gay people come to me and say, "Oh, have been always homosexual," as far as I can remember, like when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, yeah, I was attracted to the same gender. With 6, 7 years old child, they are asexual. They are neither homosexual nor heterosexual. So they are just being like this parrot, this party, not party, but ideal, person party too, Democratic Party, or but more of this gayism ideological agent. All right. 4 years ago, when I first came to Alaska, I wasn't encouraged. Okay, I went to this bar. It was not gay bar; it's regular bar. Okay, and yeah, I was alone. I went to bar alone. I typically do. Okay, and I was lonely in Alaska. So I joined this. I approached this four people. Okay, three ladies, one gentleman. Okay, what's the racial composition? You know, back in this 200 lost episodes, I would talk about that, but I'm not going to. Okay, I have to filter myself. Okay, but if Google YouTube give me carte blanche, so that I can talk about anything, yeah, French word carte blanche, blank card. If I can talk about anything, then I'll tell you the racial gender composition of that group that I approached, who graciously accepted me initially. All right. Actually, they didn't kick me out. I don't think. I think I just left. Okay. Yeah, because yeah, they are kind of liberal people. Okay, so when I brought up this gayism issue, my opposition there too, they suddenly became like Agent Smith in Matrix movie. All of a sudden, yeah, Matrix movie, Agent Smith, right? These common regular people, even homeless people, this whatever, they become Agent Smith. I was like, once I brought up this issue of gayism, gay marriage, that I once I expressed my opposition to it, they turned against me all of a sudden, like transformation of the regular people to Agent Smith in Matrix movie. Yeah, I had the experience before. Okay, yeah, before I came to Alaska, I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I went to some bars there, restaurants there too. Okay, same reaction. Okay, yeah. So gayism problem, one of many problem with gayism, pro-gayism idea as an ideology is that they do not allow any opposition. They are like dictatorial, like North Korea. They don't allow any opposition. They like, yeah, Hitler, Nazi. They don't allow any opposition. They are not tolerant. If I'm anti-gayist, they do their best to silence me. Okay, that's gayism, pro-gayism. Okay, they have no capacity for tolerance. The self-contradiction. Because tolerance, that's very much liberal vocabulary. Tolerance, diversity. When it comes to gayism and anti-gayism, they don't tolerate. It's no longer diversity issue. It's about silencing. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay, thank you. Good night. Bye.